everyone, today I'll be doing a glowy summer tutorial here on Isabelle. For primer, I'm starting off with the Nivea Men's Post Shea Balm because I find that it helps the makeup stick well to the skin and last much longer. I also went in with the Mercier Radiance primer because I love using more than one primer for a full face of makeup. I'm using the Mercier Radiance primer on a damp kit cosmetics blending sponge, and this is honestly my favorite primer because it gives a natural glow to the skin. And then I went in with another primer for some reason, using the Smashbox Photofinish primer water because it's really hydrating. For foundation, I'm using the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NC40. In the video, I'm showing the Face of Australia Illuminator in Angel Glow, but I didn't end up mixing it in with the foundation because I found that the Mercier primer already gave enough radiance. I'm applying the foundation to the face with the Real Techniques pointed foundation brush to distribute it evenly, and then pressing it into the skin with a Chi Chi blending sponge. To be honest, I didn't plan on using so much foundation and like this much coverage because I was aiming for a more natural look, but nevertheless the foundation looked flawless, and a little bit goes a long way with this foundation, and I just kept trying to blend it in with a sponge.
Oh, that the world isn't fair, this life doesn't owe you.
Next for concealer, I'm using the MAC Pro-longwear concealer in NC30 because I wanted to go for a really highlighted look. I'm putting this on with a synthetic eyeshadow brush from Profusion and blending it in again with the Chi Chi blending sponge. To set the under eyes, I'm baking with the Face of Australia translucent loose powder to prevent any creasing, and then just wiping it off with a Zoeva blush brush. I hate trying to say that, it's so hard. To set the foundation, I used the Rimmel Stay Matte powder with the Nude by Nature powder brush because I did not think that the base needed any more coverage because the MAC foundation is already thick enough. For bronzer, I'm using the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion in 30M with a wet and mild small stippling brush because it literally looks like skin and is not powdery at all whatsoever. And then just to contour her nose a little, I'm using Hoola by Benefit on a Zoeva contour shader brush. To give even more of a glow to the skin, I'm using a fan brush with the shade Bronze from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in Sun Dipped as a bronze topper. For blush, I'm using MAC Peachykeen, which is like a pretty baby peach color that has a slight luminous finish to it. It's my absolute favorite blush at the moment. I've been reaching for it so much. To give the ultimate glow, I'm mixing Summer and Moonstone from the same glow kit and applying it to the top of the cheekbones, the tip of the nose, and the cupid's bow using a Real Techniques setting brush. Now moving on to the eyes, I'm priming the lids with the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot on a Zoeva Concealer Brush. And now into the Carli Bybel palette from BH Cosmetics. I'm setting the base with the lightest cream matte shade and then going in with a matte dusty mauve color for the transition shade using a MAC 217 and then blending it out with a Zoeva Luxe crease brush. Then I'm using this beautiful copper shade all over the lid with the Zoeva Luxe Smoky Shader brush, and then on the center I'm using this white gold shade to make it pop just like a little bit more and just to give it some dimension. After that, I wanted to make the eyes look a bit more warm, so I went with Benefit's Hoola to the crease and outer V. And then from the same palette, I used the champagne shade to brighten up the inner corners with the Real Techniques detail brush. And to tie the eyes together, I'm smoking out the lower lash line with Hoola and the copper shade. Next, I'm highlighting the brow bone with the same champagne shade that I used for the inner corner. For mascara, I'm using the Benefit Rimmel mascara, and I'm so jealous of Isabelle's eyelashes because they're already so naturally long and curled, and this mascara just enhanced it even more. For eyeliner, I'm going in with the Rimmel Scandaleyes in the nude shade to brighten up her eyes. And then again, I'm going in with the Smashbox Photofinish Primer Water and just absolutely drowning her in this product to ensure all the powder products we used are melted into the skin. Onto lashes, I'm using the Ardell Demi Wispies because they're my fave and they look so fluttery and natural. This is actually the first time in my life I've ever put eyelashes on someone else, and I was like low-key freaking out the whole time, but I think it went okay. Now for brows, I'm using the Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade in medium brown. Originally I was going to use this shade Ebony, but because I wanted this look to be on the more natural side, I went for medium brown because it was much lighter and Ebony just looked a bit too harsh for this look. All I did was fill in her brows in the sparse areas. I didn't try to make them look on fleek or snatched or anything. I just followed the natural growth of her hairs, and after that I just set it with the Benefit Gimme Brow. Now for the final step, we're going in with the MAC lip liner in Kiss Me Quick paired with MAC So Chaud. This combo gives like a really bright summery red-orange look that coincidentally matched her shirt. And that is the end of today's video. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below if you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.